choose to be happy. It takes so many muscles to frown, less than to smile. All we gotta do is smile, and boom, it's a good day. That's it. I'm not saying smile, go walk around your neighborhood and the community and skipping through tulips. I mean, if you're happy to do that, hey, go for it. More power to you. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying is no matter where you are today, no matter what you're facing, even if you're hurting, and we've all been there, and some of us are still dealing with hurt and pain and loss. I'm not saying anything diminishing that, but when you're going at work, when you're at work and when you're in the community and you have to face other people, make a decision. Just make that choice that I'm hurting right now. I don't feel like being here, because there are times when I was working, I didn't feel like being at work. There are times I worked with a headache. There are times I worked in pain. There are times I worked with a cold, a flu. I mean, there are times I worked with having home issues. But I never allowed those things to affect how I treat other people, because they don't have anything to do with what I'm dealing with. So why put your issue on them? Why put your disgruntledness of your employee or your business or your job on someone else? Even if you're an employer and you have employees, why put your issue on them? Then they're going to go and they're going to just trickle it down to the customers. And then the customers are going to trickle it down to their families. It's like a trickle effect. So why do that? Be conscious of the way we treat people. Even on the highway, even when you're driving, let somebody in. Why sit there and block someone because you don't want them to get into your lane, or you don't want them to get in front of you? I have experienced some crazy stuff that it just blows my mind, and I laugh at it because I'm like, why wouldn't you just let that person in? Why ride that person all the way to the end of the rail when you could just move over and let that person come on in from off the ramp? This car rode this person all the way to the end of the rail till that car could not go any further, and then they moved over. Why? It blows my mind on how we have come so far from loving people to where everything that we do, it exemplifies hate, disrespect, disgruntledness of life, and it's unnecessary, because we don't have to be that way. We choose to do those things. We choose to treat people that way. And I say that we don't have to because we don't. I know people who is nice. I know people who smile at each other and who treat people right. So that lets me know that we don't have to be the way that we treat people, and we don't have to do that stuff. We choose to do it. Go throughout this week. Make an attempt. Seek out how you can be a positive impact. If you're in the customer service industry or whatever industry you are, be nice. If you're not a morning person, then I just want to say, don't get a morning job. Or if you get a morning job, then know that you're not a morning person. Get some coffee, take a deep breath, musa a little bit, and then say, okay, here I go. And sometimes it is a acting position you're holding, because sometimes we have to act it out. But once it's done and you've made an impact on someone's life, you never know who you're going to come across. You never know who you're going to meet when you serve them. Regardless of how they look or how they dress or what kind of car they drive, we're all human beings. We all deserve respect. We all deserve to be loved. Every person wants the same thing, no matter what position we hold, no matter how much money is in the bank, no matter you're married or single or divorced or widowed. Every one of us, whether you're a child or an adult or a teenager or a senior, every human being long to be loved. That is something we all desire. That's something that we all need. That's something that we cannot do without. And love is something that will never fail. Everything else God says will fail. Your money will fail. Your car will break down. Your house will be destroyed, or whatever the case may be. Relationships fail. All these things fail. Job fails. You'll lose a job one moment, you gain another one. Then you'll lose it again, and so forth and so on. But God says love never fails. It overcomes all adversity. It conquers. It triumphs. It supersedes. It can reach the very hardest heart of a person. Love can. God considered love to be so powerful that he said, I am love. I created love. And he said, how much I love you is because I gave my son to you, because I love you. But most of all that really gets me is the fact that he says, my love for you is deeper than an ocean. How deep is the ocean? It's deeper than an ocean. Not an ocean, is deeper than an ocean, is higher than any mountain. What is the highest mountain? Everest, I believe, but it's higher than Everest. Can you fathom someone loving you higher than a mountain? Unconditional. All the time they're loving you. All the time they're taking care of you. All the time they're showing you you're special, that they respect you, that you're treasured, you're loved, you're accepted, you have a belonging, you have a home. And then he adds to say, my love as far as the east is from the west. How wide is my love? You can't measure love, because love is a choice. It's not a feeling, because we can choose to love someone and not. It's not about a feeling. It's a choice, because there are times when people do things you're not going to want to love them. You love them because of a choice you make. And so we all have choices. God gave every one of us a choice. I just love the fact that he didn't make us to be robots. He didn't make us to be conformed to one way, but he told us this is the best way. Even though we go our way, this is the best way. He said love is the best way. If I say I love you and I disrespect you, what good is the love? If I say I love my neighbor and yet I'm always arguing with them or I'm ignoring them, what good is that love? If I say I love you and you need help and I tell you to come back tomorrow or maybe then the next day, what good is that love? You're just sounding brass. It's empty. There's no value. There's no substance. When we speak to someone, even just saying good morning, that is an act of love, because you know what love is? It's a sacrifice that you're offering of yourself to someone without getting anything in return. So when you get up in the morning and you say, I love you, or good morning, or hello there, welcome, thanks for coming in, see you later, good seeing you, you're giving out love to that person. That, wow, they acknowledge me, they see me, they respect me. They value me. I'm going to keep coming back. And not only will they keep coming back, they're going to tell their friends about the treatment that they're getting from you. And if it's good treatment, they'll bring all their friends back. And then their friends going to start telling their friends, and they'll bring more friends. And then next thing you know, your business is flourishing. Your employees are good because they're getting paid and their tips are good and they have customers coming in. The business grows. Your customers is happy. They're satisfied. Who want to go anywhere where they're not respected? Who want to go into a service industry and show disrespect to someone purposely? And I know it may not be purpose, but we have to really think and look at how we're really treating people and remember, hey, I need to treat them because I need to treat them with respect, because I want to be respected. And this is a major part of it. And I had to reassess it. And I'm encouraging you about it. is you can't love someone else if you don't feel loved yourself. And when you're giving out poison, and when I mean poison, when you're being rude, you're being nasty, you're cutting people off, you're doing all this stuff, that just speaks how you feel about you. That let people know you don't love yourself enough or even respect yourself enough. And so you're pouring out that poison to other people. But when you love yourself, you will love people in spite of what they do, in spite of how much they hurt you, in spite of how much they disappoint you, in spite of whether they do what you feel like they should do or not. You still will love them, and you still will be the same to them, and you still will respect them, and you still will show kindness to them. What is wrong with just being kind? Why do we have to be dramatic? It's funny to me. It's not funny, but it's funny. The length that we go to show disrespect is mind-blowing, when all we have to do is just say hello and just choose to be nice, choose to be kind. Make this your declaration or your New Year's Eve resolution or whatever you feel like you need to do. Make this day a marking of a new era in your life. Choose today to be kind, even when other people are not kind, because it's not based on what they do to you. It's based on what you do to others, because we're not going to be accountable for what other people do to us. We're going to be accountable for what we do to other people. And we have a choice. You have a design, God-given choice to change the way you treat people. A boss has the choice to change the way he treats his employees. Employees have a choice the way they treat their employees, their coworkers, and their boss. We all have a choice. Parents, you have a choice the way you treat your children. Children, you have a choice the way you treat your parents. It's a cycle. It's just a circle. And it's about love. Because once again, this is so vital and so important to me that once you love for other people, it will be easy. It is, because I've experienced it. You can love someone and they could have done the most horrible, pain, aching thing to you. And yet you can still smile, and yet you can still go out and say hello to someone. So if you're working in the service industry, or if you come across people that you may not even know, most of the time we don't know people, and even the people that we do know, make an effort, make a choice to be kind. And remember, love your neighbor as yourself. You're listening to Live with Necee. I am your host, Opal Bailey. God bless.